It's IB art exhibition time at British International School again, and we caught up with this year's International Baccalaureate Artsketeers at the opening.
Art was my biggest interest since I was really young, and I had no doubt that I would do well in IB course, so I selected this course because I really like and enjoy doing it.
I have no idea what else to do except for art.
I've always been interested in art, and being here for a very long time and seeing many exhibitions pass by, I've always wanted to learn art because it has a lot to offer in so many different ways. I had an idea of what was going to happen, but I didn't really know that it would be this much effort. But while it was hard, it was also fun at the same time.
Like most people were said not to do it because all the stress and all the hard work that they have to do, like the time they have to spend instead doing art instead of doing other subjects. So it's like about time balance and everything as well. So it's not, most people said it's not really worth doing it compared to the different things you have to do for IB.
Well, I was quite confident at first because it's my biggest interest and I thought I would do it well, but I think I had some struggles in doing it. But overall, I think I really enjoyed
it. But why is it that BISP has such a hit track record with young artists? We asked Headmaster Neil Richards.
The students have to really embark on a journey, an artistic journey, not only with technical skills, but also trying to express their emotions, express serious concerns that they might have, and generally do all those things that a good art course would do. Each piece that's produced is a result of a journey that the artist has taken before arriving at the finished product.
This piece is by Boram, who's also taking art, and this piece is called Peter Pan Syndrome, and I really like it because there's a high sense of nostalgia in it, where I used to draw like this in the background as a child, and it reminded me of how I discovered art myself, and it's also reflecting the ways people don't want to grow up sometimes, and especially being here and jumping from high school to university is also a big step.
I think this course has proven all of us to explore many different fields. We had to do a research for each pieces to produce each pieces, and I think it was really challenging but also interesting.
Coming up with an idea, coming up with a concept, a starting point where you have to do research and think of different compositions.
I think experimenting with 3D media is very hard for me. I find it really hard to construct 3D pieces.
This is my favorite piece by Mimi, and the reason why I like this piece is because I think she effectively used her image to show her inner conflicts, and I can see her struggles and confusion and sadness, like all of these emotions in one piece. And I kind of feel the sympathy because I have a similar piece like this, which is associated with stress.
Purely from a technical point of view, I think the teachers here focus on essential skills, which is an approach that's lacking in a lot of schools, where they just want to allow the students to express themselves, enjoy themselves, but most of the great artists have a very strong technical experience and background and period of study. And one of the things that this art department does from a very early age is train the students to observe very carefully And it's that observation that leads to ultimately really good technical skills, and then later on the ability to express themselves. But one of the really good things about this school is that with so many nationalities, we're bringing in so many aspects of culture, and that mix of culture creates work of outstanding ability by the students.
My mom used to study art before, and she was like a designer in Korea. And I think she helped me a lot with the ideas and like the use of colors, because she has a good taste. I think I tried to use different methods, and I wasn't that afraid to use different things.
In my experience, in many places you get a lot of what I consider immature art, where you get a lot of pretty art, and it lacks the depth, the sort of psychological depth that some of the artwork here displays. And I think that again that goes back to first of all becoming very technically capable very early on, so that as you go through the school you're able to explore ideas more than just exploring how to get the work down on paper or canvas or in 3D work as well. So yeah, it's a build-up, and we do the basics here very, very well.
So this is our favorite piece called Devotion by JJ's, and I really like this piece because this represents ourselves as a student who's struggling in school and like getting stressed from the hard work in school, and like those animals are representation of intelligence and gentleness, etc. That shows that we will eventually become like these animals, like we'll eventually achieve. And I like the use of colors, and also I've seen his process of doing it, and it was really interesting.
I like the way he used print for this part, and he used paint, like a dry brush for the animals, and there's a stark contrast between the two. That's what I find really interesting about JJ's work.